Hi, today is a beautiful day for us because now the infinite threads, which are the permanent way of non surgical facial rejuvenation, have officially been launched in India. And I am privileged here to host Dr. Luca, who's come in from Italy to help us with advanced training and also to train the other plastic surgeons in India. And we have Vincent, who's the CEO of this company. So I'll take a few important discussion points which we've had. A quick introduction to myself also. In the last year and a half, we've done about 50 such cases of permanent threads in India. So a good amount of experiences have already been achieved, but we know that there's so much of scope for improvement. Now, patients ask us a lot of questions, and I'm going to ask the boss those same questions so that it gives you the confidence. And then I will ask Vincent something about the brand and the importance of these threads. So let's start with Dr. Luca. You've now been doing these threads for some time.
Yeah, I'm doing this kind of technique with permanent threads since 5 years.
Before that, uh, you obviously did a lot of surgical facelifts and even the deep plane lifts. How has the experience changed now?
You know, I always made deep plane lift. I never made a mini lifting. Just deep plane, just embrication of the SMAS, just important surgical procedure. But big surgery doesn't mean big surgeon. So I think that I changed idea with this trend because these threads are different. These threads permits to the surgeon to be less invasive, but to be effective.
What you are saying is that your practice has shifted from doing open surgery to doing threads.
Yes, it's incredible, but yes, because I have the right material now. Before I hadn't. So now I can do the lifting of the face and of the neck without surgery or with a minimal invasive surgery. Is not a lifting, is not a delamination, is not a mini lifting, is a micro lifting. If has there is a patient that has a skin, a little amount of skin in excess, I can do a mini incision after I finish the procedure with the threads.
If I was to, so just for everyone who's listening to this, in a surgical facelift, we are tightening the layer just above the muscle, which is called as the SMAS. So the tightening of the SMAS layer and repositioning of the fat is done during open surgery. But open surgery has long cuts, stitches, recoveries which can go up to 3 months, a real incidence of nerve injuries as well as salivary duct injuries amongst and bleeding. So there are real chances of these problems, and there's a very long learning curve to doing deep plane facelift surgeries. Now the whole concept is to lift up the muscle layer. Now what Dr. Luca just said was we now have something to lift that up using these permanent threads, and because these threads don't dissolve, they are basically a complete surgery like a facelift without the cut. So we are lifting up the muscle layer, repositioning up the fat, and not giving a cut. So we are achieving that level of perfection with these threads. And you have found this to be safe.
Yes, it's a procedure that is safe. Of course, there is a learning curve also in this procedure to obtain the best results. But it's safe because the material is safe. Don't forget the recovery time that is incredible short in this procedure. It's safe because the material that is utilized is safe, is a biomaterial that is completely safe because it's used for the prostheses since 60 years.
One very important question, which in fact a patient asked me today, they said that because you're not doing surgery, it should be cheaper than surgery. Whereas it is not cheaper than surgery. I asked the patient, what do you want? Cheap cost or a great result with very low recovery? So I'm sure patients ask you the same. How do you answer that?
Yes, there is lot of confusion about the concern about for the patients because they think that are only threads, and there are a lot of threads in the market, but this is a different technique that utilizes different threads. So the learning curve is not simple, and as we well know, also the operative time is not is long. Is about 2 hours, 3 hours when you perform a complete facelift. So no, the cost is the same, but the cost could be higher,
Even more, yes.
even more, because you pay also for the fact that the recovery time is shorter and the risk of problems is quite to zero.
Quite zero. And let me also give an example of that. So gallbladder surgery, which 20 years back was done with long cuts, today that nobody does that, but that surgery was very cheap. Laparoscopy came up, small holes, almost no scar, super quick recovery, but the cost was almost 5 to 10 times the open surgery. And yet patients accepted it because of faster recovery and almost no scars. I think this is the major change that is going to happen in facial rejuvenation surgery. And in a few years, I know in India, Indians don't like scars. Indian patients do not like recovery. They are going to recover super fast. And I feel that in the coming years, this is going to be the new phase of surgical rejuvenation. And at this point, it is important that I ask Vincent this question. Vincent, how have you made these threads safer to use for patients and for doctors?
Thank you very much for your question. So, first of all, as Luca said, it's all about biomaterials. So, Infinite Thread is made of a combination of polyester and silicone. Polyester is used in maybe more than 60 or 70 years for the clinical sutures, especially the art sutures. So, you really need to have gold standard materials for this. Silicone also is the gold standard for a lot of kind of prostheses, like breast mammary prostheses, knee prostheses, everything is made in silicone. So we did not want to reinvent something and trying to jeopardize on new materials. No, we use it what we know is the most neutral and most safe biomaterials. So that's the first thing. And then on the other half, the thread is very smooth for the patient. There is nothing arch on the thread, it's very flexible. So when you use it, you implant it with needles only, blunt tip needles. So you take no risk, no scar, you're not cutting anything. So at the end, it's really safe for the patients.
I think when we talk of risks, we say that facial nerve injuries do not happen.
No.
We rarely will get any bleeding. There are obviously no cuts, no stitches, and there's a virtual zero risk of salivary duct injuries. And and you know where you are going, even though it's not really under vision. So I think that works. My last question to you is: patients ask us that we are doing temporary threads. There are hundreds of temporary threads in the market.
Yes.
For you, how do you say that the infinite thread is different from temporary threads
Yes.
and better than temporary threads?
Yes. So first of all, Infinite Thread is not temporary, it's not absorbable. It's a permanent device. Permanent can be frightening for the patient. What does it mean, permanent? Permanent means that the effect will not go away. It doesn't mean that you cannot remove the threads. It's also a very big difference with surgery. It means that if you want someday for any reason, even if you don't have to, you have the security in your mind that if you want to remove them, you can always remove them. So this is very safe on this side. Also, as the effects of the threads will go on years after years, it's like a facelift in terms of durability, or even more, we don't know. It's gonna last years and years. We have patients after 7 years, after 8 years, with amazing results. So that's a very big difference. And by nature, because you are using permanent biomaterials, then you can have such a traction power that you are not limited to very young patients, and you can really have amazing natural but visible results. And also, I want to tell that to your patients in India, because I think it's a question for you, but it's also a question for all the patients in the world. We have a very strict policy to protect the patients, which is that all the users in the world have been trained, they have a certification. We are not selling this device to anyone. We are selling it to surgeons, especially plastic surgeons, and we have excellent trainers like you are both, you in Italy and international, also you in India, and hope so we might have some connection with other trainers someday anyway. But we have a team of international trainers that you are part in, and thanks to that, other plastic surgeons can learn from you, and this creates a safe place. And so you know that when you receive and when you benefit from Infinite Thread, you get it from someone who is skillful, who has been trained, and you can be really quiet in your mind and really relax about the fact that you are in the end of the best ones.
That is brilliant. I think it feels so much safer now to hear that. And the important thing here is that I actually feel privileged to pioneer this product in India, and I've received excellent training for the same. I was handheld, and each thread was I was taught as if a child is taught ABCD, and that is how we are going to teach other plastic surgeons in the country as well. And so, Dr. Luca, my last question to you. Plastic surgeons often feel that the neck can be very difficult to treat. Even during surgery, the neck is something which does not give the best results. What do you think? Can these threads create magic in the neck as well?
As you can,
I
as
know
you
the
can,
answer. I know the answer.
as you know, yes, they are magic in the neck. There are, we can have a really excellent result in the neck. So not result almost like surgery, like the best surgery you can do.
No, correct, absolutely. And I'll tell you why. Why in the neck? The neck is one of the most difficult areas, even for facial plastic surgeons. Even the best plastic surgeons only can produce the best results in the neck. Whereas these threads actually create amazing results, even if you're not the best doctor doing these threads, as long as you follow the correct technique. The whole science behind the technique actually allows for a beautiful neck and a face contour. So I take this opportunity to thank you for coming down to India, for encouraging us, and for helping us train more doctors, and for this interview, because this is going to be useful to spread confidence and the message of safety to our Indian
Yes,
patients.
of course.
Thank you very much.